All right, so I'm trying to think of like a band name. Or do you have one off the top of your head? Can you think of just something quick? Like, I was trying to say like Shots for Andrew, and I was like, why am I saying like that's a weird band name? Like that could be a band name. Shots for Andrew. What's that genre?
Post-punk emo.
Post-punk emo? Yeah, I can see that.
Is that even a thing that I just said?
Post-punk emo? Yeah.
Who's post-punk emo?
I don't know, but I know it's a genre.
Okay.
Like post-punk is a genre, you know?
And then add emo.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
I don't know. Candle Wax now.
Candle Wax? Sounds like a 90s alternative band.
I was going to say, well, there's probably a woman lead singer.
Yeah. I think there's a band almost with a name very close to that. Candle something.
Yeah, like 90s kind of alternative, like almost grungy rock, but not entirely.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette style.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking very Alanis Morissette for Candle Wax.
Candle Wax. Shots for Andrew and Candle Wax.
A lot of songs about like sex and like cheating and yeah.
All right, you want to let's lead in.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This
is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. Happy New Year.
Was that your horn?
Yeah, I was trying to. I wanted to actually get a kazoo before we recorded, and I was gonna be super obnoxious at the beginning of this episode, but
could you just find a kazoo sound bit and splice it in there?
I could, yeah, maybe.
If you wanted to.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing out there? This is like the energy feels weird for me. I think it's because we're in a different location. Like it's like I'm trying to I can't find my groove. The coffee's kicking in.
We had to move to a new location, so you might be hearing some weird clicky clacky moving around.
Clicky clacky, maybe traffic. I don't know.
Definitely, you're gonna hear my dog whine. Well, he went to bed.
So good. We're
cool.
He saw us talking, and he's like, "Fuck these guys.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here." But yeah. Happy New Year. Well, not. I guess not Happy New Year yet. It is New Year's Eve on this release date.
Oh yeah, that's on Friday. Huh? Mm-hmm. Or Friday. Yeah.
So, we haven't done a banter in a while, so we are doing a banter. I think we kind of said that last week. We were talking about what we were going to do is talk about like kind of our favorite stuff, our unfavorite stuff, and other stuff, and hopefuls of stuff.
And this is going to be, to be very clear, and like this is going to be a very light, like media based. There's a lot of shit going on in the world, and and we're just going to talk about light things like movies and games and stuff. Mm-hmm. And just kind of go back and forth, and we haven't really discussed what's on our lists. There's a couple that we know, also from knowing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to go through and talk about some of our favorite things that's here, some things that
These are a few of my favorite things. Sorry.
It took every ounce of my being to not continue.
Oh, really?
When the dogs... But I was like... but yeah, so we're going to do like favorite things of the year, a couple disappointments of like news that we heard that we're kind of bummed out about, and then things we're looking forward to in 2022.
Yeah. Look forward to the new year, man.
And this is going to be weird because we haven't done a banter in a while, and I don't remember how we do it.
We just talk to each other, man.
We do that all the time.
I know. All right, we did just watch Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah, let's just bring that up and get that out of the way right off the bat.
Yeah, because we're like, and it's...
We hung out and watched it.
Don't watch it.
What are you going to grade it?
Dude, it's like a fucking 3 out of 10 in my opinion.
No.
Oh, that's right. We have a grading system. That's a gremlin.
Yeah, it is a gremlin. It's not... I don't think it's a stripe or spike.
No.
It's
definitely a gremlin. It's just like... So as the biggest thing that Tommy and I were kind of discussing with it is, why did this need to happen?
There is no point in where the story makes you feel like
we needed this story, and we needed a continuation of the Matrix series. Like, there's no rhyme or reason.
The Matrix ended.
Yeah, it's literally the only reason to have it is literally just cash. It feels like a cash grab to me.
It's very what was I calling it? Shit, what's that called?
I don't know.
It's fan service. Like, it's a lot of fan service. And there were some cool moments. And I mean, I will say there were some cool ideas that were kind of like, but they were kind of ideas that kind of were like, were still being mulled over. Like, what if we made this and this happen? But instead it was like, we're going to put this in the movie, and it didn't really feel flushed out.
Yeah.
I found it also really interesting, and like this day and age, I wasn't impressed by it like the original Matrix.
Yeah, there was something about like the way that the cameras like danced around in the first ones with like the special effects and the movement with it
and the tinge of green on everything,
and this one it felt very just like very flat, like action sequences and. Yeah, it just wasn't good. And like I said, like on IMDb, I already looked it up. It has a 6.4 rating right now, so that's only going to go down.
It's definitely something I will watch again because a lot is happening. Maybe something's missed.
I mean, I just feel like they tried to go they went too Matrix with the Matrix.
It was hella meta.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was like, and then like I was saying too, it's not like the kind of lore in the original, the very first one at least, where it's kind of like everything. There's a mystery behind everything.
Yeah.
They really go like, this is it. This is why. There you go.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of thought that you had to do as the audience member.
I would say the highlight of the movie would probably be Neil Patrick Harris.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was really good. I liked him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun.
That would, yeah. And the girl that played Bugs.
And I didn't know that Neil Patrick Harris was in it.
Same, yeah. What we have on the itinerary today, you already kind of said, it's what we liked, what was disappointed in for next year. So let's kick off with that. You want to start off with a little bit of your list, Tommy?
Sure. I'm going with a video game. My top thing, funny enough, was you and I playing Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, that was actually a good time.
That was really fun. Jacob and I, it took like 3, 4.
Like hangout sessions?
Yeah, like 3 or 4. I mean, we did over a couple of weeks, but
yeah,
like 3 or 4 nights.
I think, did we beat it that Friday night that we got that pizza? No, that was like the beginning of it.
That's how we started off that.
Yeah. That was a big pizza.
We got like a 45-inch pizza.
It wasn't 45.
I know.
It was 22 inches.
Still, that's a big pizza.
It is a big pizza.
But it's not a 4 or 5-inch pizza. Oh, yeah. So him and I just hung out and we played Resident Evil Village, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's one of the first like horror games I played in a while.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of getting into the Resident Evil series really late in the game.
Well, I like this trilogy thing that they're alluding to. I know you're not a big fan of it.
I mean, I just don't really like the main character.
Yeah, I didn't either. Neither of us.
It's like I feel like this whole like with Resident Evil 7 and 8 and where it's going with 9, it just has like this complete separation from what the original Resident Evil stories were of being like Raccoon City and about zombies.
Not
werewolves and vampires and
Well, I mean, I think the reason I like it too is in general I like it when especially a game franchise does these blocks of like trilogies that kind of depart from their normal thing. You have this with Resident Evil, you have it with Assassin's Creed, and the 3 trilogy, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. There it is. I got there. I don't know, because it's just like I don't know. I just think it's fun, and I also think it's fun for the creators. They can like kind of branch off and be like, let's get crazy, and let's just get wild.
And that's what's cool. It's like I want game creators to do that and have fun, but you know what? Just name it something else. It's not Resident Evil.
Maybe you just called it Village.
Yeah. Or well, I mean, it's continuation of 7, so like maybe starting with Resident Evil 7, like that could it just I don't feel like it should be called Resident Evil.
You could have been from the studios that brought you Resident Evil.
Yes,
from the studios, now Biohazard.
Ethan. Oh yeah, Biohazard, Village, whatever the next one. Resurrections. With
7 is called Biohazard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then even then you have Biohazard, and then you have Village, and then you have
and just I feel like slapping the Resident Evil name on it is just it's misleading.
Yeah, I don't care. I still enjoyed it. It was.
It was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't a Resident Evil game.
I didn't think it was smart we played it on the difficulty we did.
Did we play it on easy or normal?
We played it on easy just because we were like trying to get the story, and we knew we had like a limited amount of time to actually get through it. So we're like, no, let's just get the story out of the way. And then once we finished it, we're like, man, this would be really fun to play on a harder difficulty.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to do it. I mean, once I beat a game, I really don't. There's a lot of games that I don't feel like have good. I like to replay,
like replayability.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that replayability, except for games from like my childhood. Like the nostalgia of replaying a Final Fantasy game. I love doing shit like that.
I got a couple that I could, like, to this day, probably, like Fable, I could do again. I could do the Batman series again. I've been thinking about doing the Batman series again.
I still need to do Arkham Knight.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Oh, man, I had a thought. Well, actually, this kind of strangely, this leads into replayability on one of my favorite things of this year, Metroid Dread.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I started playing that on hard mode.
I didn't remember there being a...
You have to beat it on normal first.
I was like, I don't remember there being a choice.
Yeah.
There's a hard mode?
Yeah. Yeah. You take more damage and you
deal less
damage. Yeah.
That's scary to me.
But like the thing is, though, is like once you've beaten the game, then you and you start over again in hard mode, like you're familiar with the mechanics super well to where it doesn't feel much harder until you're at the first boss, because then it's just longer.
I meant to tell you this, but that knight thing, that alien knight, the first one you meet, kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Really hard. I thought it was a boss, and then I looked it up, and I'm like,
oh, no, that's not a boss.
Oh, that wasn't a boss.
No, you're going to run into more of those over and over throughout the rest of the game.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. I love that game. Metroid Dread was really fun, and what's really cool is that it's kind of re-energized, is I guess the word I'm looking for, that genre for Metroid in general. Like, they're probably going to do a remastered of Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission, which were only on... Well, Zero Mission was on the Game Boy Advanced, I want to say. Or was that... regardless. There's two more... There's a handful of, like, the platformer, like this Metroid style, the Metroidvania style, you know?
Yeah.
That they're going to probably re-release for the Switch at some point.
No, it's weird. This whole Metroid Dread thing makes me want them to do the same kind of treatment to Castlevania.
Yeah.
Bring it back platformy.
I mean, they have on the Switch all the Castlevanias. Like, you can get, like, the collection of them. I have it on my Switch.
We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go download that real fast.
It's really interesting, though, is like, because I started playing Super Castlevania 4.
But what I meant, real quick, though, is I wanted, like how good Metroid looked.
Yeah.
I want them to do
that
with
Castlevania. Yeah.
That's what
that would be
cool.
cool.
That would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Also, because Castlevania already has a really rad look. And just give it, like, a 2021 facelift. Yeah, that sounds cool.
So I was realizing the other is, like, I played the Metroid games more when I was a kid and, like, Mega Man, but, like, I never actually got into the Castlevania series. So, like, I was trying to play Super Castlevania 4, and, like, I was just, like, not interested, really, because I'm like, oh, I've never played this before, and I really don't know what to do, and it's, like, an older game that kind of has still clunkier mechanics. It's really good for Super Nintendo, but I was just kind of like, I got over it really, really quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I would say Metroid Dread definitely was one of my favorite things of the year. It's like, sorry. It made me go back to playing my Switch, which is, you know, it's like it goes back and forth, you know.
Yeah, like, I really love my Switch, but I fall off for.
It's just like
4
there's
months.
not like the game, like there's not a like game service, you know. I feel like people that are like hardcore Switch people is like, I think it's kind of like, you got to be very specific into like Stardew Valley or
shout out to Stardew Valley. I love that game.
Animal Crossing, you know, stuff like that. I feel.
Yeah, I mean,
it's either Mario, Zelda. Like, there's very big franchises that keep you there.
I think now, though, too, especially with this idea of this, not the OLED Switch, but the other one, they're like kind of rumors whispering about it.
What was going to be the Switch Pro?
Yeah, if that ever happens.
I think that's been scrapped.
I think so too. I think just for at least now.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would really love if I could trust the Switch to play something like Witcher or something bigger like that, because I would like
You can get Witcher on it, I think.
Yeah, but we talked about this a while ago. We didn't trust that the Switch was going to be able to handle it.
I don't know. The Switch always, like, it surprises me, like, with the shit that it's been capable of doing.
Yeah, but then they also added that cloud thing.
Cloud?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like
you're playing via, like, internet service too, so the your internet connection's helping with the
Well, and they just activated like Bluetooth. Like Bluetooth has been on it.
That was one of the funnier things of the year.
Yeah.
They just had that turned off for some reason.
Yeah, just like, oh yeah, oh now you can have Bluetooth. Like, why wasn't this just on?
Dude, like it was funny, like I think like a month or so before they released that, like announced that, I almost bought a Bluetooth adapter for my Switch.
Oh my god.
Because I wanted to play it like when my partner was sleeping and like put in headphones.
Yeah, exactly.
To make these little jacks that you can plug in there. And I was like, you motherfucker.
God, fuck you, Nintendo.
Why was that? Why did they do that?
I don't fucking know. I wonder.
It's not like they were selling like Switch headphones.
I know, like that. Which is maybe that was the initial plan, but I don't even know. Like I couldn't even tell you. It's maybe it would be funny if it was just like a designer, like they all thought that it was turned on, and someone just at one point was like, why isn't my Bluetooth connecting to this?
That didn't flip the switch.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I also at the end maybe there was some kind of coding issue.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Super weird because it's like the hardware. You have the hardware in there for it.
You have the technology.
Yeah. Like okay.
Quite literally.
What else do you got on favorites for this year? Only got one more really.
I only got one more that it's more because it kind of leads into what's coming next. Dune.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really. I was like, I enjoyed the movie, but it was kind of whatever. But it was more like
the last half of it was I liked the most.
Yeah, but like my thing is like it just gave me that same feeling of like Fellowship. I'm like, we get like another big epic saga coming up.
Yeah,
and I have been jonesing for a sci-fi epic that isn't fucking Star Wars. I wanted something, something like dramatic and kind of like a little more heavy, I guess. And Dune just really started to scratch that itch, but just made me really hungry for like, let's do it. Like, let's have this big sci-fi epic. And I just really am looking forward to that.
So, what was kind of like other than that, obviously the stuff that you're looking forward to with that, what was kind of your favorite things of this movie, Dune?
I was pleasantly surprised by Timothée Chalamet. I haven't really seen anything with him in it yet. He's not really on my radar. But I liked his interpretation of Paul, and I can see, I don't know, like when I first looked at him, like, no offense, I was like, he's a good looking like white guy, like whatever. It was kind of whatever about him. But I can see very possibly him becoming a very good actor that will be around for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
And he has shown already in his young career range, and he looks like, and also like a willingness to take chances, on something, like be like, there's gonna be a crazy like movie sometime probably in the future where it's gonna be like starring Tom Holland and Timothée Chalamet, and people's minds are gonna get blown. Yeah, like it's just, I don't know. Like I really enjoyed him, and I think the thing I liked about that most is just it was really pretty. Yeah, everything was cool. The costumes were cool. The spaceships. I got really checked out with like the long drawn out like the space, like the like it's like ballooning and like how they're like opening up the wings of this goddamn spaceship and whatnot. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I get you're trying to create this like cool beautiful world, but I'm like, this is taking out so much of the action, and I just like, my favorite part of it was the end of it really, when his mom and him were traveling through the desert areas when they find the people. Yeah, like the indigenous group of people. And like that was the most interesting part of it. Yeah, but I mean, but like the biggest comparison that I am like patting myself on the back of, it's like Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah. Fellowship had the same kind of thing where you're like, you watch that 3-hour movie and not a whole lot really in Fellowship, really happens. It is a lot of exposition. There's a lot of I mean, to all my Lord of the Rings, I know a lot of stuff does happen in that movie. Yeah. But a lot of it is just exposition. Run, you fools. Yeah, the spoiler alert. Yeah, but it's like, it's not really till you get to the second part of that it really opens up into the actual, what the conflict is. Yeah. And, then like, I don't know. It's like, it did leave me being like, I want to watch the next one. Yeah. And the one after that. I don't know if they're doing a trilogy or not. Probably. I think with the amount of content, it would be in their best interest to just bite the bullet and do 3. Yeah. Rather than try and cram a bunch into a second one. I mean, I don't fully remember all the story of Dune. It's not even that. It's just. Have you read the books? I have attempted about 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But they're just really, really dense, and there's a lot of information to take in. My friend Jack. It's not a casual read. Yeah. Well, my friend Jack, she reads them, like rereads them. They're her favorite book series. Well, that's cool. Yeah. No, yeah, it's like I own it somewhere.
Like she's read even like all like the extended like stories of Dune and whatnot as well.
Okay, she's like a Dune fan.
She really likes Dune.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not saying like they're bad. It's just you're trying to sit there and have a casual read. You're reading a history book about this long time ago galaxy far, far away thing. You know, it's like, whoa, it's Game of Thrones like level of like politics and houses and families and. So it's just like I think
it was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones.
Yeah, totally. I think I find it intimidating.
That's fair.
Honestly, if I'm going to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
How about you?
Spider-Man. So we're just really quick.
Oh, we're on favorite things of the year. For some reason, I thought we were in disappointments.
Spoilers. So I just got to I want to like say spoilers because we're going to be we can't. I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But I want to talk about it.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Spoiler alert starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are ready.
I wonder if this is gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
No, fuck it. I mean, it's gonna come out next week. By that time, I feel like when this is released,
everyone already knows.
Everybody's just gonna more or less know either from like word of mouth or already seeing it,
or the internet. And like I've seen a bunch on like Instagram.
Oh yeah,
which I would have been pissed if I hadn't already seen it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we need to see it like opening day
because I knew in my heart of hearts.
Yeah, we all knew it was gonna happen, but we didn't know it was gonna be as good and amazing and perfect as it fucking was. Oh my god, like it's literally No Way Home is...
Oh, and soon we're going to have our ranking out of all the Spider-Man movies.
That's probably going to come out before this is released.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can look for it.
Yeah. This is... If it's personally for me the best Spider-Man movie that's come out because it finishes... It puts a nice little like... It closes the chapter in the book on the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield like side of Spider-Man for them, which is really cool and awesome. And it introduces a new... It reintroduces Spider-Man in this MCU as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that he like the doesn't have Tony's money. He's going to be the more grounded, relatable Peter Parker now.
Makes his own suits.
Yeah. So like it was so good with like how they set it up and the journey that Parker goes through in it.
I mean, it's like I haven't really been that big of a fan of Holland's Spider-Man. Nothing against them, but they just didn't get me. They just didn't really like capture me. But I have to say, this is my favorite of his trilogy, and also one of my favorite just Marvel movies that has come out.
It's also like one of, if not, like Infinity War is really fucking good.
I didn't really care for Infinity War and Endgame. I mean, I liked the ending of that chapter.
Infinity War was good because because of how it changes the way that we looked at the villain. Like that's like Thanos's like hero's journey, you know, and he wins, you know, like that. I remember when I was sitting in the theaters and when that snap happened, just the silence of everybody really, this isn't a happy ending, you know, like that was a crazy experience.
Yeah, I think the first time watching it was a crazy experience, but it's one of those I just never really feel the urge to go back to it.
Yeah,
I've
rewatched it multiple times.
Yeah,
but this No Way Home, it has a levity like that with it because like of the choice that Parker has to make, you know.
Yeah,
and it's so well It's like all of the fan service in it is like kind of over the top sometimes, but it's also it's like it's needed. Like you can't. It's like the elephant in the room. Like you can't
just ignore it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
But yeah, Spider-Man. So it was a surprise. As like I knew I was gonna like it, you know. But it's like
I already told you when Doc Ock showed up again, I got chills.
Yeah,
seeing Alfred Molina as Doc Ock again was just like this. It was like a shot of nostalgic heroin.
Yeah.
Just like, it's Doc Ock. That was cool.
Hello, Peter. I love that meme.
What is that meme? I haven't seen that. Is it supposed to be Joe Swanson?
Yeah, it's Joe Swanson. He's saying hi.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah. But it's someone just like from the trailer, Doc Ock coming out, and he's like, "Hello, Peter," or as Alfred Molina, but someone just put Joe Swanson's voice like, "Hello, Peter."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hello, Peter. Cool.
Yeah. So Spider-Man, go see it. Go watch it.
And I like
it's a fucking gizmo,
and it's just fucking even just
it's a rainbow gizmo.
Yeah. Even just and just Willem Dafoe's Goblin is always great and fun.
Yeah.
Like
Jamie Foxx is actually pretty good in it too. Like
he was better in this one than he was in his...
all of the villains like really have like their own. They kind of have like their own like kind of arc with it as well.
For the longest time, I couldn't tell until he be like, oh, don't say that. I couldn't tell if Sandman was the Sandman.
Oh, if it was Thomas Hayden Church?
Yeah, I couldn't tell until towards the end.
Well, what's really interesting is like with Lizard, Reese Ifan, and Thomas Hayden Church, they probably just did like voiceover stuff, and they had a motion body person on set.
Oh yeah, probably.
And then
probably save a buck.
Yeah, and then like so, and then like when you do see them for the hot minute, like their actual physical selves, that's just like an afternoon of filming for them.
Yeah.
So like it's not taking a lot of time out of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably still getting paid pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
gotta get that paycheck.
Yeah.
Cash me outside. All right. Let's move into disappointing things because I want to be sad now. Disappoint me, Tommy.
Me first. My I guess my. Oh no! First one was the main one was when I heard they were pulling the plug on Anthem 2.0.
Yeah,
Anthem, for those that don't know, is really weird. It is a BioWare game, like a loot shooter type, and so, those are a dime a dozen. But what was kind of interesting about it was, if you don't know, it was a mech looter shooter, but mech in the sense of like Iron Man kind of tech.
Yeah.
Like small little like robotic suits of armor, and you went around and you could fly. And the thing about it, that if you never played Anthem and you like it's like $3 now online, the flying mechanics were sick. Like flying around as Iron Man in this beautiful kind of alien world, because it's not on Earth. It's like on this. It's another Earth kind of thing, and there's like monsters and stuff, and. The mechanics were really cool. The shooting wasn't really great, but when they announced they were going to do this 2.0, they were basically, it was going to be like No Man's Sky. Mm-hmm. They were going to completely scrape it and remake it and do everything they promised that they were going to do. And I was very excited, and I would like look it up every month, being like, okay, do we finally get a release date on that? Do we finally get a release date on that? And then
they're like, and no release date. Mm-hmm. Never is it going to come out.
And that happened in February.
Huh, so you've had a year of just sadness.
Man, bummer. Because
I do remember like throughout this year, you would just be like, man, why the fuck are they canceling Anthem? Like at least once a month, you'd like it would like pop
until I finally just accepted
it's like when you lose playing the I lost the game.
Yeah,
it's kind of it kind of keeps like just popping into your brain. And for those who just lost the game, haha, I don't even fucking participate in it.
Yeah, it is. Well, because like the bummer was because there was just the bones there were good, because also like part of it too was like there was this whole kind of like chivalry knight of the round table kind of lore behind it, because like the mechs were called javelins and they all had like they were soldiers and knights to the kingdom kind of thing. So it was like a sci-fi knight, medieval knight thing, and it was just really weird.
That is cool.
It was cool, like just the bare bones of the lore and everything was just like really cool. They got the flight mechanics down, and also what's killing me is that in my lifetime, there have been now 2 games that have done the promise of Iron Man style fighting flying, Dark Void and Anthem, and they always get fucked up. And I'm like, I just want to fly around as Iron Man, like.
And Avengers wasn't good enough.
And Avengers wasn't.
Yeah,
I was like, and that's what killed me too. I was like, why didn't they just steal that from Anthem? Because they're not gonna fucking use it anymore. The game just couldn't. But yeah, it was just this open world, and I was just like, in BioWare is just kind of known, if you like follow them at all, they are kind of known for producing games that aren't really great, but they get lucky at the very last minute or like a month after, and they're able to fix a bunch of stuff, and then the game becomes really good. And this time it just didn't happen. And I was just like, just want one fucking. And Dark Void is a 360 game, by the way, that was so broken it was fun to find what was broken about it. The bugs were so bad, you were basically a god. You could like go through walls. And, like,
that's awesome.
It was actually really cool. It was like, man, this is a steaming piece of garbage, but it's a really fun steaming piece of garbage. But yeah, Anthem 2.0. Goodbye, my friend I never met.
Anthem Part 2 by Blink-182.
Sure. Cricket.
That's a song.
Oh, okay.
It's the opening track to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. I know you don't like Blink-182 that much.
Who we know why, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Every morning.
Every morning, that fucking CD. I'm not talking about Jacob. I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. So, my biggest disappointment. Well, I'll talk. So I played I bought a remake of a game that came out, like, I want to say in 2018. Actually, it's a Secret of Mana remake. It's old. It's a very popular SNES RPG that Square designed, and it was more like it wasn't turn-based RPG. It was action,
okay.
Kind of like how Zelda is in a way. And I remember when I was a kid, I really liked the game, and I was just like really excited to replay this like remake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned into like, I did beat it, and I was like, okay, I finally beat it. But like, it got to this point where I was like getting trophies, stacking up trophies, and I was like, oh, it sounds every single time. I think I'm gonna platinum trophy this possibly. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll actually, work on getting the platinum trophy. And then I noticed like one or two things. It's like, oh, I can't get those items anymore. Like, you have to like fill like the item list. It's like once you finish a dungeon, the enemies just disappear.
Oh, okay.
And there's like certain items that you have to farm to get from an enemy, like equipment and stuff.
Oh, okay. And
so once that enemy doesn't exist anymore, you can't go get it.
That's annoying.
It was super annoying. So I was like, well, fuck, I can't platinum trophy this anymore. And then like,
what are you playing it on?
It was on PlayStation 4.
It is on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have figured from platinum. Yeah, my bad.
And then like the end boss was just the most womp boss battle. It was just super repetitive, doing the same thing for like 15 minutes, where like you literally.
So kind of the same thing. The bones were there of something really great, and it just didn't deliver.
Yeah, and so the
final blow.
Like, for a remake of that game, it's beautiful. The art is really beautiful. The game is super smooth. It is kind of buggy how like the original one was, with like when you get too many monsters on the screen. And everything was super fluid, but it was just kind of like, oh, but this is how the game ended on the Super Nintendo as well, type thing.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't. It was like they literally just like made it look prettier type thing.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like I forgot that this. I don't think maybe
like
I did
Alan
beat it
Wake.
when I was a kid,
Like Alan Wake, the remastered one.
I've never played Alan Wake.
What?
Yeah, that's Xbox, wasn't
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that. Alan Wake, you'd like Alan Wake.
Really?
Yeah, but they did like a remaster of it, and a lot of people were like, in all honesty, the free ones on Game Pass, the original ones on Game Pass, and you don't really like.
Yeah,
a lot of people I listen to the podcast I listen to are kind of like, you don't really need to buy it. It's not really that different.
Yeah.
It's like, and a lot of people just like wait for because the new one's coming out. They're like, just wait for the new one. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, I was like, that's fair. And I looked at like, I want to say like I looked at comparisons, and I did, and it's like when you do that side by side on a computer, you're like, oh yeah, that looks way different. But then it's like when you're actually playing it and in it, and you're in the story, a lot of the time you don't even at that point notice it. I feel me at least personally.
Yeah.
But that's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, that was just kind of like I was excited, like, because I was on
a womp womp.
Yeah, I was on my Switch, and I saw that I could like buy this like I think it's Trials of Mana, or no, it's Collections of Mana, and I could have played like the old Super Nintendo on my Switch, but then it popped in my head like there was a remake of this, I'm pretty sure, so I wanted like experience like the graphics and whatnot, so it was a success in that sense, but to just like.
Not fix any of the issues you knew were there because the game came out 30 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Like, you could have made this boss battle really cool, but nope. It was just stand in one spot, charge your sword for a couple of seconds. Oh, here comes the boss. Attack it a couple of times. Oh, it's going away. Heal. Do it again.
Yeah.
Like, fun. Do you got any other disappointments?
Yeah, I was actually kind of disappointed hearing that Cowboy Bebop got canceled.
Oh yeah, that was I strongly feel like it's gonna get picked up by another service though.
You think so?
I do. I think John Cho is probably gonna really he was really excited about playing Spike, and even the girl that played what's her name?
Valentine.
Yeah, Faye
Valentine. Yeah.
She was super excited about being Valentine, and was everyone that was in it were really stoked for their roles and everything. So I could see just their passion for it possibly becoming producers and taking it to another service. Because I feel like Netflix did a disservice on canceling it so quickly. Just because it didn't stay in the top 10 for more than a week or something.
Well, that's that's kind of my point. Is it's
Netflix is becoming the new Fox.
Well, it's you put all this time and energy in people's lives and money and just into a project, and then it's a lot of shows aren't good until the second season.
Yeah.
The first seasons are always kind of clunky and weird.
Look at Titans. Titans season 1 was garbage.
The show is still garbage.
Yeah, I know.
But it's it's. I thought it was just fun to see this stuff. I know a lot of people have problems with it, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time. And it's just most season 1s are clunky and weird and awkward because everyone's trying to find their groove and trying to figure out what they're good at and what they're not good. And it's just I always say you need to give the show at least a second season to really iron out whether it's gonna fulfill what you want it to. You know?
I was reading a thing with that Netflix does that I had never really thought about. Is Netflix generally wants they try to cancel or push a show out after season 3 or 4, end it or cancel it because they want to bring in new fresh seasons, new fresh stories and shows that's going to draws audiences rather than just we have now this repeat audience for this thing over here.
Yeah.
That doesn't pop ratings as much.
I guess though the good thing is at least with the Cowboy Bebop and it's one season, it finishes its story of that season, unlike Jupiter's Legacy, which left on this huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then they pulled the plug. You're like,
yeah. What? That's one thing I really hate. Is if there's going to be a cliffhanger and you want to pull the plug on something, I really think you should be okay. We're gonna here's money to do do a movie, do a 2-hour movie to wrap it up,
or
Firefly, Serenity,
3 more episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very inappropriate question, and I don't know if I'll get in trouble for it.
Okay.
But you are kind of my go-to for internet sleuth shit talking on what people get all fucking up in arms about.
Yeah. Okay.
Did anyone get really weird about the actress that played Valentine considered? Because I know everyone got weird about Spike not looking like Spike, quote unquote.
Are you talking about how she's Latina?
No, Jill Valentine's boobs and hips ratio is fucking ridiculous, and I was wondering if people were being fucking stupid about that.
I never saw anything about that.
I didn't either, but I really was I'm kind of really surprised by that. From
I remember when I saw her casting, and because Faye Valentine, she's more of a fucking twig with boobs and butt.
Yeah, she has a 1-inch waist.
Yeah,
and
she's a very much looks like a hentai character.
No, for real. We were watching the animated movie.
Yeah,
it was on the other day, and I was just I forgot that was her design.
Yeah, and the actress that plays Faye Valentine, she's very much not that.
A human.
Yeah, she's a human.
She's a human person.
And when I did first see her, my initial thought was wow, she's an interesting casting for that because I would have expected a taller, slimmer person. She's kind of she's got boxier shoulders and whatnot. She's
shorter.
Yeah,
and then
she's gorgeous. But then I saw her perform the character and her face with it and everything. I was like, oh, this is her role. She just made this a real character.
Well, and the main reason I'm asking is because of hearing about Cho being ripped apart for not looking like Spike, and it's who?
I didn't see anybody with that.
I did a couple times. People
really?
being he didn't really look like. I think someone we know, and I think you can guess who said something about it. But I was okay, all right, fine. Show me that person. Go out there and find the person that looks like exactly like Spike to your specifications of height, slim height, build, shoulders, hair, jaw, everything, then cast them.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to put a bunch of prosthetics on? Do you want to do fucking Angelina Jolie and Tomb Raider? You know, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with this information and this disagreement you have?
Yeah.
Disagreement.
He was a great Spike.
I liked him, Spike. I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
I liked everybody.
It is a disappointment that was canceled. Like, I was taken aback when I read that. I think I sent it direct. I think I immediately sent it to you.
You sent it to me, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really like, what?
Yeah.
That like just came out. Season 1 just came out. Like it fit. Like is like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your second?
No fucking PlayStation 5 for me yet. I haven't got my PS5 yet. It's been out for a fucking year. Over a year.
I imagine someone listening going, me too.
Yeah.
Eeyore. Like,
right?
Man, I forgot about it.
Lost my tail again.
It's been so long, like you said, like a year. I keep forgetting it's out.
Right?
I forget that people have them.
Well, and that's also like, it blows my mind with it, and because everything's still very accessible on the PlayStation 4.
A lot. Like I was able to get Jurassic World Evolution too, which I was stoked about.
And I think it's very clear that the PlayStation 4 is just going to be a machine that it's still very relevant. Its technology is still very good.
Which is also crazy because like the second like the new ones came out, all right, out the window with that one.
No, that's the crazy. It's like when the PlayStation 4 came out, the PlayStation 3 just became obsolete within months.
Well, but you also have to point out, and again, I don't know this because we don't have a PlayStation 5, but 3 to 4 was a pretty drastic change when it came to hardware.
It was.
It was pretty drastic. Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Well, there used to be a huge jump like that, though, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like, you remember, let's go from the fucking 64 to Xbox, PlayStation. You know, and then from those to PlayStation 2
to the even the 360.
Yeah, and then from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, like, whoa, like it was mind blowing. 3 to 4 was, kind of, it started to curve down a little bit, but like,
well, because that's the thing too, is like, because a lot of titles like they're not able to really focus on optimizing the performance on the PS5 because they also need to make it a PS4 accessible.
Yeah.
So they can't put a bunch of bells and whistles that can't be handled on the PS4.
And since the PlayStation 5 has had this huge fucking like black market whole thing, it's totally screwed for probably game developers. They're like, well, I can't make exclusive for PlayStation 5 because nobody's going to fucking buy it.
Well, we do have to remember that there are millions of PlayStation 5s out there.
Yeah.
There is still a lot of people with them.
Out of people that I know that play video games, I only know 3 people that have a PlayStation 5.
I don't know anyone. Oh, I guess I know one person.
Who?
Matt.
Oh, okay. And let's see, Chris has one, Jackie has one, and this is coming out after Christmas. So, and Josh got one for Peyton for Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How did he get his hands on a Hootie Murder?
He just got super fucking lucky.
Oh, like Tess had to like fucking like do the whole thing.
Yeah.
She was even like, I'll do it for you if you want me to. I was like, very tempting, but no, I'm an adult. If I really care that much, I can take care of it.
Yeah, no, he got super lucky. Yeah, and was able to get one. I think he was just, because it is starting to get a little bit easier. The problem, I would probably have one now if I didn't have a job switch. Like, I'm not making as much money, so I can't really just like throw the fucking $1,000 at it right now.
That's the thing, is I absolutely refuse to pay what people are asking for it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna pay the fucking sticker price.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fucking buy it from somebody that's like reselling it. I refuse to do that.
I'm gonna buy it from, like, which is a weird stance. I'm gonna buy it from the man, like Best Buy, or that's a weird stance to have. But it's like, no, I'm not gonna. It's how much was it? The digital one?
The digital one is like $500.
Yeah, so $500 and you're marking it up to $8? No.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I also know that, like, maybe a lot of people, like, maybe someone got one as a gift at some point and they're tough on money and they want to make, but it's still like, I just personally, no, I'm not going to do that. I think it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah. I'm not going to support, like, you screwed over so many people. Like, you affected the fucking gaming market. Like, screw you.
Well, yeah, and it's like, I'm content like I started kind of getting to that like point when I found out that because I looked it up, I read that I couldn't get Jurassic World 2, the Evolution.
Oh yeah,
and I was really like, I've been fucking waiting for that game for so long, and now you're telling me I can't play it, and it's out next week.
Yeah,
and then I happened to go on the PlayStation. I just like to look at the shop and just see what's around, and I was like, oh, 4 and 5. Okay, you're all right. I'm not pissed about it super much.
I see you. But yeah, the fact that I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet is kind of a big disappointment for me because it came out in November last year.
I bought,
and I had the money saved up for me to get it for myself last year. Like that was going to be my big Christmas birthday gift for me.
I remember that. I did put us in a sweepstakes. Well, you twice to win an Xbox Series X.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for an email back for that.
I mean, unless it says, if I want it, I probably just swiped it away. I don't open up my emails really.
No, it's in my.
In your. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I went through on my Microsoft account and they're having a sweepstakes. But I mean, hey, if anyone, keep your eyes out at Costco. They've been selling them for like $3.99.
Yeah.
If you're looking for one, I've seen them now there 3 times, and I'm pissed every time I don't buy one. But I just.
Do you want to get a Series S though, or do you want to get a Series X?
Well, for you.
Oh, because I want this. I would rather have the Series S,
the digital one.
Yeah. Because I just want to have it for Game Pass.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I think that you need.
Yeah, I
would
do it. Yeah, especially for Xbox. Because I'm not a huge Xbox.
Because Game Pass is crazy. As a streaming service,
exactly.
It's fucking insane.
And I guess what kind of sucks, like the next, like all the new Bethesda stuff is going to be only Xbox.
I think that's going to be a tentative thing.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be like
it's going to be released on the Xbox, and a couple months later it'll finally come.
I think it's going to be longer. I think they're going to have
like a year, which is fine because I sometimes don't really get like it was Fallout. Oh, maybe I got Fallout 4 pretty quick. I can't remember.
But yeah, I think they're gonna have like an exclusivity to it. But I think it's gonna because also at the end of the day, Sony could just be like, "Hey, we'll pay you a butt ton of money. We're gonna make some fucking money." What's his name?
I don't know.
Evan Williams, the Mad Lib guy.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's make a new Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah.
That guy.
All right, let's move into hopefuls for next year, going into 2022.
All right,
2022, a lot of twos. 2.
Well, we're almost done, guys. We'll let you go in a minute.
What?
No, I'm saying that we're almost done. Letting them know. We're coming towards the end.
Yeah. It's like we're at a good time. We're a good time.
Okay. So what I'm super looking forward to, and in my angsty high school teenager self back in the day,
don't worry about it. The caffeine's finally gotten to me.
I'm looking forward to Vampire: The Masquerade Swan Song.
The game?
Yeah.
Is that the continuation of the same vampire story?
Yeah.
Wasn't that garbage?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I thought you played it.
Never played it. Never played it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a vampire game you played over.
That was Vampire, and that was garbage.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what.
Oh, there's another Vampire Masquerade.
Okay.
I think it's on PC only, or it was.
Okay.
And that was more of a, and again, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was more of like a narrative, like kind of point and click kind of thing.
Ah.
Not really like a RPG.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vampire: The Masquerade Swan Song. I don't know why I really enjoy saying that. Swan Song. Yeah, it's this role-playing video game vampire drama thing where you play as 3 different vampires from 3 different like houses, and they're very like Morrowind vampires, where different vampires have different powers, like depending on your bloodline. Yeah, and it's just you go around and it's like a character narrative driven RPG, but you're vampires. And
okay, cool.
I think it takes place in Seattle.
Oh, that's cool. I like Seattle being places.
Well, I'm always curious because I remember what was that electricity superhero game?
Oh, Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous 2 took place in Seattle, and
it was very flat.
It was weird. You're like, I see what you're trying to do, right? But I feel like what it was is like, I think you're making Seattle off a memory when you were there one time.
Well, yeah, and and then like how Seattle was in Last of Us 2. And like looking at that, it was really funny. Is like looking at the Last of Us 2 map, I was able to kind of like decipher how they made it. Like
yeah, totally. Well, because I think it's in Seattle because of from when the game
Infamous?
was first. No, I'm talking about
this one.
Vampire. I think it is because I remember one of their first like teaser like trailers, like the 15-second trailer or whatever came out, it looked like one of the vampires was standing on the Pike's Place Market sign.
Oh,
like
cool.
looking at the humans.
Yeah.
And just from it was real quick, but from the shot, I was like, that looks like that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that. But right now it says it's going to come on the Switch, everything basically, but we'll see. And that's coming out in May 19th.
Oh, that's actually. Oh, that's mid-year. Okay.
Yeah, it's like that's after my birthday, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It just sounds cool, and it's also like it's got the mystery behind it because they're not really releasing a whole lot.
Oh, okay.
Which is fitting also for a vampire game.
Yeah.
So I'm really like, you got okay.
Well, they'll probably do like a mass like release of stuff around like April.
Yeah. What is that line?
Put the hype up for it.
You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Sure. What are you trying to quote?
Django
Unchained?
Yeah.
I don't really remember that movie.
I don't either. I don't remember who said that. I think it's Leo. So now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I don't remember what context that was. I'm not gonna quote that anymore.
All right.
I know it's from that movie.
Let's move on.
I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one.
So one of the big things that I'm looking forward to next year is Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh, we just talked about that.
Uh-huh.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
that looks really cool.
I'm really stoked, and because you asked me also like if I was gonna get the Ruby and Sapphire remake. Or
I
whatever.
knew the answer. I just kind of wanted you to say no.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not getting it because I'm not really into the Pokemon remake stuff. I feel like that's all just like a Nintendo cash grab.
Yeah, no, again, but like going back into that remaster remake thing, a lot of people are saying just play the original one.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough new in it to warrant buying it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Pokemon Legends Arceus, they're starting a new chapter with the Pokemon world, like with Legends.
Give them a synopsis if they haven't heard of it for all the Pokemon fans out there.
So it's like the story is taking place like way before any of the storyline of like the originals,
anything we've ever seen,
like before Red and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's in the Sinnoh region. And like it's actually like open world exploration. Like you're gonna be throwing the Pokeball at the Pokemon, is what I was been told.
You're basically like making the first Pokédex.
Yeah,
but not like a digital. It's not like a digital Poke. It's like a book.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Pokeballs are like wooden steampunk looking.
Yeah,
they're not like the red and white.
It's like the beginning of catching. It's the beginning of catching them all.
Yeah, it's like how it all started.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for this, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, and like, there's also
what was it? Sword and Shield was fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun time playing it when I did.
I'll never touch it again.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of after about a couple of months of catching. I didn't even play the second expansion.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah,
it was alright. I mean, the coolest thing was, which was also weird though. The coolest thing was you were able to have the first party member like following you around.
Yeah, that's what it was. They started that in the first expansion, right?
Yeah, is there more?
Yeah, there was two.
There was two?
Yeah.
Oh, right. But it was weird because you could only do it on that island. They didn't make it across the game, which I thought was really bizarre. I guess, I don't know.
It was the coding. Like, it was probably coding thought for afterwards that they really couldn't rewrite into the main story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, and like another cool thing about, what is it called again? Pokemon and what? The Mask of Arceus. What is it called?
Oh, Legends.
Legends of Arceus?
It's Pokemon Legends, Arceus.
Another kind of cool thing that has been kind of alluded to is there's like a sneak mechanic.
Really?
So
I haven't seen that actually.
Like, how
I feel like you've actually seen more stuff than I have on this.
I think I read more about video games than you do.
That's fair, yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more of like a...
Well, and then like the games that I am really interested in, you don't really care for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, like classically you'll go through the tall grass and then stay out of the tall grass. But what was that movie? Oh, that's Jurassic Park 2. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So you go through the grass and you wouldn't see the Pokemon, and suddenly you get into a battle and yada yada yada. This apparently a lot of the Pokemon you will just see kind of wandering around. Yeah. But you can sneak up on them and throw the Pokeball.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like I thought you said you didn't hear about the sneak mechanic.
No, like being able to catch them in the wild like that.
Oh yeah, but like you can actually just sneak up behind a Snorlax and like throw. That shows
Snorlax is gonna be huge.
That showed my age there. The first Pokemon I could think of off the top of my head was Snorlax.
You know why? I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Aren't there 500 way more recent ones I could have pulled?
I mean, he's very iconic.
That's fair. He's pretty iconic. But yeah, it was like that's kind of a cool thing. Like, and even then, you don't have to like battle all the time because sometimes when you're trying to get to a point, you're like, I don't want to.
Well, that was a fun thing with Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is that they were like live on the field and you could just walk past them. You didn't have to be fighting them constantly.
Totally, yeah. And then it was kind of cool that there was aggressive ones that would come after you. There were ones that would run away from you. It was just it made it feel more lived in and real.
Yeah.
As I guess as far as Pokemon can get.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
With all that animal abuse.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's funny you say that. I was sitting there the other day and thinking about Pokemon. I'd probably heard something about this game or whatever. And I was like, this is a really weird concept for a children's TV show and game. And
yeah,
this is weird. Like, I was like,
promoting cockfighting rings, pretty much.
Yeah, like you never get away with this today.
No,
it's like it's so bizarre.
But the thing is, like the Pokemon, they like to be used. Apparently, I don't know. What's one of your? I mean, you already kind of said Dune from the beginning. I don't know if you have like some different stuff for your hopefuls for next year.
I do. Yeah, no, I definitely did bring up Dune, which I guess also like led into like a future thing I'm looking forward to. But I mean, kind of right around the corner, the Batman.
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh man,
it looks fucking cool. I didn't know if you guys don't know this, but there's a new Batman coming out with Edward Cullen.
Oh, that took me a second.
Yeah, I was like, what happened there?
Wait, what? It's what is Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter? Who is he? Harry Potter?
Yeah,
Cedric Diggory.
Yeah, that's his name, right?
And he just immediately gets bodied.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Cedric. Yeah, he killed Cedric. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just like. I think this looks really cool, and also because
it looks super gritty, which is cool.
Yeah, Batman looks all dirty and like
he's emo Batman.
He's got the eye makeup and shit. I think it looks cool. I also
when I was a young boy.
For real though.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I'm really looking forward to it too because of the whole like theme and the vibe of it. I'm like, this could very well lead into what I really want, a rated R Batman.
Yeah. This is rated R, isn't it?
I don't think so. Is it?
I mean,
is it? Will we know yet?
I think so. The Batman 2022 film. Where's all trailers? Where's Wikipedia? Go to IMDb. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There's not a rating yet for it. Okay.
That's what I figured. I think it's a little too soon. It's got to go through some final phases. But yeah, I don't know. It just looks like really cool, and like the source material, kind of like it's based off the Long Halloween, and the Riddler looks like the fucking Zodiac killer.
It'll be really interesting to see Paul Dano's interpretation of the Riddler too.
Yeah, and then I think Colin Farrell's going to be really fun.
I mean, just from what I've seen from the trailers, he looks really cool as the Penguin. He's unrecognizable. Yeah,
Michelle had no idea. She's like, "That's not him." I'm like, that's totally him. That's Colin Farrell.
Who's playing Catwoman?
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Selena Kyle.
I will personally say I'm a little kind of like about the Catwoman thing. I didn't really want any kind of love story in the beginning of a new like reboot trilogy. I was kind of hoping for later on in the series to get that.
It depends how they treat this love story.
100%.
You know,
but I always like
as long as if they don't like make it like how a Batman Returns was, where they're actually falling, like make it hinted. You know, like. It's not like they don't end up together at the end type thing.
Yeah, don't make it a focus point.
Yeah.
Like if they have like a little like
sexual tension.
Yeah, flirtation or something back and forth, sure. But I don't want it to be a focus. I want it to be on, because this is like a young Batman and like a year one. I want like, there's already a lot going on for year one Batman. Let's not add like sex life to it.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of feel like this movie is going to be kind of episodic in a way, because like he's like, like the story of The Longest Halloween itself is already very much like separated into like different chapters, you know?
Yeah, every holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a new chapter, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's probably not going to be a short movie. It can't be.
No, but it's coming out in March 2022.
Yeah. So, a lot soon. Oh, and also Pokemon Legends comes out January 28th.
Oh, really? That's
it's really soon.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
maybe I'll just pre-order that one. No, what I like to do is get drunk and then pre-order stuff.
Yeah,
Because
true.
then I forget that I got it. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Look at this trick, these special treats for myself.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's my most anticipated movie of 2022. Because I fucking love me some Batman, and I just never really got into the Nolan ones that much. So it'd be nice to give me try again. I feel like this feels like it's made for me. This is my kind of Batman.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to look at it. I am really. I only have video. I've talked more about video games than anything. I just realized for this one.
I made sure to do. I did video game, movie, video game.
Well, I
movie.
had the Batman originally as my hopeful for next year, looking forward to for next year, but I kind of figured you were probably gonna do that, and I replaced it with Pokemon because then when you brought up Pokemon Legends earlier, I was like, oh, I'm totally looking. Yeah, that needs to be better. But actually, the biggest thing that I'm really excited for next year is the Hollow Knight sequel, Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh, I didn't know they were making a Hollow Knight sequel.
Yeah. And it comes out in February.
I did not hear that. Cool.
So like I don't know how much I kind of talked about it. I fell in love with I guess another one of my favorite things of this year was discovering Hollow Knight.
When did Hollow Knight come out?
It came out like 2017.
Yeah, I was like, Hollow Knight's pretty old, right?
Yeah, it's pretty old. There's a huge following of it online. Twitch following.
A lot of people really like that.
The game is super fucking fun. I'm not really into going and doing all of the secret bosses and whatnot. That's just kind of not my jam. But I do really enjoy the challenge of the game. I love the Metroidvania style games and how this has like a weird permadeath feel, like Dark Souls feel of death. Not permadeath.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. When you after you beat it, you can unlock a nightmare mode that is permadeath.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, God, I would hate to play that game permadeath.
No, now that you were mentioning it's like because you just mentioned like Dark Souls and everything. I think if I was a game developer, my goal would be making a game that makes a genre. Metroid and Castlevania, Metroidvania, Dark Souls like. That would be like my goal as a developer to be like, let's make something so fucking crazy that
it's kind of like this, like the Dallum developers.
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, that would be fucking cool. But yeah, the Hollow Knight sequel, the character you follow is what's her name? I can't remember. It's called Silk Song.
There's a new main character?
Yeah, you're not playing. Yeah, because spoiler alert. The
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Hollow Knight dies at the end of the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hollow Knight's the little bug one, right? That you were showing me?
That was,
okay.
Yeah. What's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? Maybe her name is Silk Song. Maybe that's why it's called Silk Song. Hornet. That's her name. Hornet.
Okay, there you go.
You meet her in the game and you fight her a couple times in Hollow Knight, and she's kind of like one of those like bosses where you beat and it unlocks a new ability for you thing.
Oh, okay.
But then she kind of joins you at the end of the game, and yeah, I'm just like really. I think her story is going to probably be about. I guess the Hollow Knight didn't technically die; he was bound.
What does that mean?
He like replaces. Well, he's the White Knight. He's not the Hollow Knight. The Hollow Knight is the end boss. He kind of like takes the place of the Hollow Knight because the whole part of that game is awakening the Hollow Knight to defeat.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember that correctly. The game, the story to that game is kind of like I don't know if I fully got it sometimes. I was like I get this and I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
But I'm also I love the style of the game, that gameplay and whatnot. So that's why I'm really excited for it. Like I love my Metroidvania fucking platformers, man. They're fucking so fun.
Cool. Well, that's I don't know. I did not hear anything about a sequel to that.
Yeah, well, because it was announced like in 2019 that they were working on it.
Oh,
so it's just been in development for a while.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But yeah. Do you have anything else? Yeah.
Any honorable mentions kind of thing? I don't care what anyone says.
I'm excited for a lot more of the MCU stuff coming out. Doctor Strange looks kind of cool.
That looks really cool. I think I'm gonna.
Apparently, Ant-Man and Quantumania got pushed back to like 2024 or something.
Whoa.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, not really.
I think this is our good end of the year.
Miles Morales is really fun.
Oh, they're just into the Spider-Verse next year. Or the second one's coming out.
Oh, speaking of Miles.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, that's going to be cool. I wonder what they're going to do.
There's a strange part of me that wants there to be a live-action Tom Holland cameo in the animation.
I think that's getting too confusing.
It's getting too weird, yeah.
I mean, have Tom Holland Spider-Man in it, but make him animated. Have him do the Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Where he gets into that universe and he's like, whoa. Like,
yeah.
am I a cartoon? You know? That'd be cute.
Yeah.
That'd be really cute, actually.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure, guys.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
It's everyone stay safe.
I hope you have plenty of things that you're looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that
if you have any New Year's resolutions, I hope you do them. You follow through.
I generally hope that this year is better for everyone.
Yeah.
All together.
It's like we've had some bunk years.
There's been a couple of not great years back to back there for a while. Let's get a break.
I think I will say this about 2021 is that I really think it was a very eye-opening year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just very it from 2020 and the pandemic and everything, a lot of problems people became very aware with, and I think that's just kind of, it sucks. You never want to really but I feel like it's moving towards people like getting ready to face them, correct, and move forward.
Yes.
So
couldn't have said better.
Yeah, to 2022.
To 2022. Cheers. Clink.
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 Wait, hold on. What's it? I'm trying to think of Death Cab for Cuties. Opening line. This is the new year, and I don't feel any different.
All right, everybody.
All right, guys.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy. And oh, wait, what is it?
And this tape has been mixed.
Let's try that again.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This tape has been
mixed. Nope. I'm trying to say this is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape again.
All right, bye, guys.
Later. Happy New Year. Bye.
Happy New Year.